What is going on, movie fans? Welcome to Apocaflix Movies. Here's another news bit for you, and it's something big. You might have already heard about it, but it is the news that Spider-Man may no longer be a part of the MCU. What that really means is that Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios, and Disney will potentially no longer be producing the Spider-Man films. As most of you may know, there was a 2 feature film deal put in place along with appearances in other films. I think it totaled to a 5 film deal where Tom Holland replaced Spider-Man in MCU movies. Now apparently the deal had in place where Disney and Marvel were getting back 5% of the proceeds of the Spider-Man films, meaning Homecoming and Far From Home, and in turn they got to use Spider-Man in their MCU films, but also Sony gets a boost from being part of the MCU and having MCU characters in their films and just having such a strong attachment, riding off of Endgame in less than a few months. So it's just a whole crazy mess, kind of, in a way. They both had huge successes and benefits from this. Infinity War and Endgame are huge successes, Endgame being the biggest movie of all time, and Far From Home, the Spider-Man film, being the biggest Sony film of all time just recently. Obviously, this deal worked for both sides. Now, Sony might be getting too cocky, saying they don't need Marvel, Disney, and Kevin Feige in order to make this Spider-Man work. And obviously, the MCU would be fine without Spider-Man, but can we all agree that both are better with each other? This is something I don't want to see happen, where he's no longer in the MCU for multiple reasons. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, not my favorite movie character in the MCU necessarily. That belongs to Tony Stark, but he's my favorite superhero overall, all time, hands down. And I love him being a part of the MCU and a part of the Avengers and being able to interact with Doctor Strange and the Hulk and all these other characters. That's where he belongs creatively, in my opinion. So I do not want to see this deal fall apart. Also, where do you go narratively with Spider-Man if he's not in the MCU anymore? Are they allowed to say that he exists in that world going forward if the deal is not in place? That wouldn't make any sense. The only thing I could see possibly working is somehow he goes into this separate dimension or a different reality where Venom and Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse exist, possibly, and now he's in that world and he's stuck there. But are you really going to take him away from his real home world, his Aunt May, and from Happy and all these other characters that know him? I don't see that happening. If they do end up parting ways, Marvel and Sony, I see Sony having to do a very, very small, I guess, half reboot in a way, kind of reboot sequel, where it is a continuation of this Tom Holland Spider-Man, but he's now, for some reason, exists in the world with the Venom, and he's kind of in this new reality, and everything that happened before is no longer accessible to him. That's the only way narratively it can work. And also, why would they want to lose out on the potential? No matter what, if you have Spider-Man in the MCU, it's going to be beneficial to the MCU films. If you have him in the MCU, it's going to be beneficial to the Spider-Man films. I don't see any downside, and you can still cross him over with Venom or whatever you want to do. Apparently, Marvel and Disney, or maybe it's just Disney, asked for 50% profit from these movies, and I believe that means they would be putting up 50% of the production budget, and I guess Sony turned that deal down right away, didn't even offer a rebuttal or anything like that. Who knows what really happened? There's no official word from either studio or from Kevin Feige, so we'll have to wait and see on that. But what do you guys think? I'm just shocked to hear this. I remember where I was the day I saw the news that Spider-Man will be joining the MCU, and if this does become true, I'll remember where I was when he was taken out of the MCU. It made me so happy back then, and it would make me so devastated right now for this to really be true. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that Spider-Man stays in the MCU. It's something that's worked so well, in my opinion, and I just don't see how you realistically make it work without it just being a joke and messing up continuity. And for me, that would just kind of make me not take it as seriously going forward anymore regarding the Sony side. So what do you guys think? I'm curious. Are you excited for Spider-Man to not be in the MCU? Do you only want to see him do his own thing and be with Venom and Tom Hardy? I would love to see them cross over, but I would love that to happen in the MCU. Are you like me and you're like, no, please don't take him out of the MCU? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. We're really curious to hear what everybody else thinks. Thank you for watching this news bit from Apocaflix Movies. I am Jacob Bartley. See you all next time. Hey everyone, Jacob Bartley here. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out something similar from Apocaflix Movies, click this video up here. You want something a little bit different? Check out this video down here. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Apocaflix Movies and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.